As an enthusiast of the guitar, you're probably like me and you troll Reverb and eBay looking for new guitars that might catch your eye, or indeed effects pedals and amplification and all that kind of stuff that attracts our attention. So this video is all about the stuff that we don't probably normally look at, which in this case is the guitar stand. Now you're probably wondering why my Gibson Firebird in all its splendour is sat on this very fine Hercules guitar stand today, just here. Well, there is a reason for this and I will explain. So most of you know that I play in a band around Blackpool and I've been doing that for many years, and normally I take out two guitars, one of which is generally the black Strat, which is up there, and the Gibson Les Paul standard gold top, which is just there. Both guitars can cover everything that I need them to do in a covers band, and that's why I tend to take them. So obviously I need to basically have them stood up on the stage or the environment that we're playing on, and it generally consists of two of these type of stands here, which are these great looking sort of Hercules kind of things. Just pop that down there, and they work really well. So in 2025 I needed to take 3 guitars to a gig, and that was simply because we added some tracks to the actual set list which was Keith Richards inspired. So I needed a guitar in open G tuning, which was a Telecaster there, which complemented the Gibson guitar and a Stratocaster show. So with having 3 guitar stands on a stage simply like this beautiful guitar stand here, as modelled by my Gibson Firebird 7, I found they were getting in the way. There was clutter, it wasn't efficient use of space. They took up a lot of space individually and collectively. So it was like, how can we make this a little bit better? So then I decided to take a bit of a quick look at the Fender Classic Series case stand for 3 guitars. And here it is. As you can see, I bought the black version. It holds 3 guitars. And the reason why I went for black is simply because it's a bit more discreet in its appearance. And that's what I wanted when I was playing gigs in Blackpool. I didn't want it to be all shouty and look at me. So let's have a quick look and see what it's all about. So as you can see, it's just a little bit bigger than the footprint of one single guitar stand at the minute. And I think we're onto a bit of a winner already. It looks like one or two of my guitar cases as they are. It's certainly made that way. We've got 2 latches here. Quickly undo that. Guys, and this could go wrong at any minute, so bear with me. So we're going to open it up, and there's going to be people out there, a bit like me, I'll just pull that forward so we can get that back, who don't know how these work, to be honest. So if you bear with me, I'm just going to pop round the back. If you know anything about Japanese paper folding, which is called origami, this is potentially, it's not really much different. So this leg drops down like that. That leg drops down, and there's 2 slots between the movable sort of packaging, if you will, which protects your guitars. So basically shove that down gently into each of those 2 slots there. In we go. That's nice and solid in the base of the guitar case stand. The latches that used to lock the case securely are now being used on the top of the guitar case stand. Locked into place now, and that, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely solid as anything. So I'll just pop back round here. Now the interesting points about this is you've got these which are movable within the bottom of the actual guitar case stand, and so you can move them left and right. Say for example, if you've got a thin guitar like a Stratocaster, you can accommodate it better, protect it more. And if you've got, say for example, an acoustic guitar which has got a wide body for acoustic reasons, you can then basically shove that bit further over and give it some more room to suit the actual dimensions of the guitar. So what we'll do now is we'll put the blue Strat in. So we've got these, they look like leather, but they're not leather. It's obviously going to be like a plastic based thing with a popper there to secure it. So I'll just get the blue Strat, which is just over here. There we go. Now, it's obviously made by Fender, so my Strat's going to go straight in, and it's there. Happy days. Click that down. The Telecaster, as we mentioned, it's in open G tuning, so that's going to go in there for a gig, for the old Keith Richards stuff, so we'll pop that in the end. That goes in straight away. Pop. 'Pop that in there. Now we've got a section there in the middle. Move that pad over a little bit. That's it. There we go. Now, the last few gigs have been taking out the Gibson Firebird 7, which is just here. And now the thing is, with this, it's a peculiar shaped guitar. It's a little bit more awkward in getting it in one of these guitar stands than you would imagine. So you've got to basically sort of work out how to get it in. So just get that strap off. That might help. There we go. Let's get it in. And I've just got to jiggle it around a little bit. Now, it's not too bad, actually, when you're stood up using one of these guitar case stands on a raised surface such as this. But if you're using it on the floor, as I've done at gigs, it's a little bit more tricky because everything's down there and you have to pull it horizontally along the floor. And it gets a little bit awkward, particularly with this type of guitar being used in this scenario here. So guys, it's a great bit of kit. As you can see, I've got 3 guitars in one locality now instead of on 3 individual guitar stands. And that makes more sense to me, that. So what I do like about these is that my guitars are nice and secure. They're side on, so they're not really in full view of the public when I'm playing gigs. Particularly if we've got it side on at a stage where I can get to them quite quickly, to be honest. What I also like is they are protected. If something gets dropped or whatever, they've got this here. I'm not saying it's going to fully protect it, but it's got more protection than a regular guitar stand. I like the fact you can move these around to suit the width of the body of the guitars inside the actual guitar case stand. And yeah, I quite like it. I like the style of it. I like the way it's made. It is made in China, but that's not to be disrespectful in any kind of way. It's just the way that Fender make things these days. Most guitar cases from Fender come from China anyway. And yeah, I quite like how it all sort of looks and how it all works. Now, in terms of pricing, I've got some prices just down here at the minute, so just grab my notes. So if you're going to buy this direct from Fender at the minute, all colours, which is tweed, and there's like a brown Tolex case as well as this black, from Fender UK, they're £245 at the point of filming this today. In terms of the black one, I see that Thomann are selling these for £178 at the minute. Now, I did a little bit of snooping around on eBay and I managed to get hold of this. So it's new, but it's been opened, but it's never been used. And I got this with delivery for £120. And I think that's a bit of a bargain, to be honest. I quite like it, and it is great. So I would give it basically 9 out of 10. It does exactly what I need it to do at a gig. It's discreet for me, which is great. It looks great inside my studio here when I'm not obviously playing live anywhere. All my guitars go in it. I can't really say much about bass guitars, but guys, that's roughly about it. And hopefully if it protects your investment, I would say go for one of these because I think it represents great value. And before I forget, you can also get these in 5 and 7 guitar cases, if you will. So you can obviously fit 5 guitars in the 5 and 7 in the 7. You sort of get it. This is the 3. And again, they're all available in the same finishes. But I think they're absolutely fantastic, these. And what I'll do is I'll take the guitars out and I'll put it back as it was. Stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute bargain, an absolute winner. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Gigs and Guitars for some more guitar useful information. We'll see you then. Bye now.